We are going to show you how to upgrade your components such as your GPU, your CPU and RAM. We are upgrading because the computer is running slowly, so it will run faster when we upgrade. The tools we will be using are a screwdriver. We will be using this for unscrewing the screws from the inside and outside of the case. An anti-static bag and anti-static wristband. These are to protect against electrostatic shocks. Compressed air. This is to clear the inside of the case from dust. We need a lot of space so we can work. We don't want any issues with lack of space for all the equipment and parts needed. First, we need to take the side of the case off. To do this, we need to unscrew the two screws located at the back of the computer. Place the screws somewhere safe and secure. Then, we can slide the side of the case off. Once the case is off, place it at the side of the computer in a safe place. Before upgrading, we have to wear our anti-static wristband. As said earlier, this protects against electrostatic shocks, which comes under health and safety. If you are right-handed, you have to wear it on your left, but if you are left-handed, you have to wear it on your right. Installing the CPU. Before we start, you have to check which socket you have on the motherboard for the CPU. If you get a different processor that doesn't fit the socket you have, it won't work. When we have found our CPU, we will have to unscrew the fan from the CPU, then take it off of our processor. After the fan is taken off, we will have to pull up the retention arm, then we can take out the CPU. Once we have gotten our old processor out from the motherboard, we can put it back to the anti-static bag. Before trying to insert your new CPU, look for the gold triangle. This should be in the top right to help you align it correctly. This prevents issues like wrong pins touching or pins getting bent, which could lead to the CPU not working. If you are still wary of fitting the CPU yourself, check your packaging for the original manual. This will include detailed descriptions, examples and diagrams of the fitting process. Now place a small amount of thermal paste onto the CPU before placing the new fan onto it. Installing RAM. When we have upgraded our CPU, now we can start with upgrading the RAM. When you have found the old RAM on your motherboard, pull up the latch and take out the RAM stick. You must make sure that you are inserting the RAM correctly. The split between the pins on the RAM card is not even, so you must make sure it lines up on the motherboard. When you find which pins line up with the RAM slot, insert it. You might think that the RAM has been inserted correctly, but make sure that there is a loud noticeable click. Installing the GPU. When we have upgraded our CPU and RAM, we can move on to the GPU. When we have found the GPU slot, unscrew the two screws and take out the GPU or expansion slots if you are using onboard graphics. When these have been unscrewed, we can now insert the new GPU from the anti-static bag. Now we're spraying compressed air onto the inside of the case to clear it out from dust. Put the PC back together. When we have installed everything and made sure all cables are connected, we can put the side of the case back on. Turn the PC on. Listen for any beeps that would indicate a problem with the machine.
Just a second.
We can see that the PC isn't working. This could be a number of issues, so first let's try replacing the RAM. When we are on our desktop, we can check the performance of our PC. To do this, go to the Task Manager by right-clicking the taskbar and clicking Start Task Manager. Then, go to the Performance tab. Check and see if you can see the new CPU and RAM. When everything has been tested and the PC is ready, now we install the drivers for the GPU. Firstly, we have to find what GPU driver we need for the GPU we have. Go to the driver site of whatever GPU you have, the two likely options being AMD and Nvidia. When you're on the site of the driver you need, you should see the download drivers automatically option. This will detect which GPU you have and download it automatically.
Thank you for watching.